We are very happy to be in Ahmedabad and in the state of Gujarat. Since 2003, many of you might know that India today started what is called the State of the States. This was essentially an excellent ranking, which is now considered the gold standard for all such reports on the development and comparison of various states. In fact, Prime Minister Modi had recognized this as the hallmark of not only professional journalism, but in some senses the gold standard for such ratings. May I now request Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan to deliver his inaugural address. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
गुजरात में हम ऑब्जेक्टिव रहना चाहते हैं, स्वाभाविक है। इस प्रकार की कॉन्क्लेव ऑब्जेक्टिव रहने से नीति निर्धारकों को, उसको आगे ले जाने वाले समूहों को एक थर्ड पार्टी असेसमेंट को भी ध्यान में आती है और आगे चलने में भी मदद होती है। कभी कभी मैं गुजरात के बारे में सोचता हूं कि गुजरात की समाज सिर्फ अपने बारे में सोचना शुरू नहीं करता है, एक बड़ा लक्ष्य लेके दुनिया के बारे में सोचता है, भारत के बारे में सोचता है, मानवता के बारे में सोचता है। ऐसे मूल विचार इस आती है। गुजरात एक तरफा नहीं बढ़ा था, गुजरात औद्योगिकरण में भी बढ़ा था, गुजरात सर्विस सेक्टर में भी बढ़ा था, गुजरात एग्रीकल्चर में भी बढ़ा था। आज देश की प्रगति के लिए गुजरात की जो भूमिका रही है यह प्रशंसनीय है और मैं इंडिया टुडे को आभार प्रकट करता हूं कि इंडिया टुडे ने एक राज्य को और एक सही मीडिया हाउस के नाते आपकी काम है एक वितर्क खड़ा करना। कोई जरूरी नहीं आप हमारी बात को ही स्वीकार करोगे, यह विषय होनी चाहिए प्रजातंत्र में, लेकिन आपने एक राज्य की, जो राज्य ने अपने ही बारे में सिर्फ नहीं सोचा, जो देश के सामने एक देश की अर्थनीति को गति देने के लिए एक मॉडल खड़ा किया है, उस मॉडल के बारे में आपने उस स्टेट ऑफ द स्टेट की वितर्क को गुजरात में करके आपने उस एक महत्वपूर्ण काम किया है। मैं आपको धन्यवाद देता हूं इस कॉन्क्लेव को आयोजन करने के लिए। धन्यवाद मित्रों।
The research that we did, let me sort of first begin by telling you that there are two stories that emerged out of that research. We found that actually time series data only exists for 18 districts. And in that, we came up with this, what we call the two model. Model in terms of economic growth, middle as we call it, in terms of the Human Development Index, in terms of education, health, and other parameters. Thank you very much.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी जब गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री थे तब उन्होंने इसी बिंदुओं पर काम किया है और सरकार चलाई है। देश के प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में इसे और आगे ले जाते हुए नरेंद्र भाई ने कोऑपरेटिव फेडरलिज्म के नारे के साथ आगे बढ़े हैं, जिसका परिणाम ये आया है कि आज केंद्र और राज्य सरकार के बीच एक अच्छा तालमेल स्थापित हो गया है, लेकिन उसको स्टेबिलिटी और लॉन्ग टर्म तक सातत्य पर विशेष ध्यान देने की गुजरात की ज़रूरत है। गुजरात में प्लास्टिक, केमिकल, पेट्रोकेमिकल्स, डायमंड आदि कई उद्योग जो देश में अधिकतर मांग को गुजरात ने पूरा किया है। जय हिंद, जय जय गरवी गुजरात।
The three things that you think Gujarat has done differently from the other states in the power sector. Let's start with Mr. Gulati.
I do believe that we have a long way to cover and we have to keep pace with the changing technology, changing concerns every day in the energy sector. But today, so far as the power sector goes, Gujarat is fairly comfortably placed or in comparison to other states.
The government here has ensured that the regulator remains truly independent. This has ensured that the government discoms have got adequate tariff increases, of course corresponding to the cost increases. They have also ensured that through very progressive policies, renewable energy has seen great penetration. They have incentivized generators to set up new renewable capacity.
What is it that you think that the state has done which has given renewable energy a push?
Gujarat has been very reform oriented, so always been a first mover in any reforms, and that's also true with harnessing renewables. It was one of the few states in India way back in '85. Then they started looking at tapping renewable energy capacities in Gujarat itself. And the couple of things that the government has or the state has done is consistency in the policy framework, which is very important for any program to run on a long-term basis. And that has also led to a fair amount of investment into manufacturing.
I think that education is something which does not come out very clearly, but it definitely plays a big role. And we've been doing a lot of work in capacity building also, which ties down to the grassroots. And I think that really helps the state also.
आज जो है सब लोग बात करते हैं पूरे देश में ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस का, और गुजरात बात कर रहा है ईज ऑफ डूइंग एग्रीकल्चर। बताएं कि क्या एग्रीकल्चरल पॉलिसीज है, क्या रिफॉर्म्स है अगले दशक के लिए।
सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड का जो कॉन्सेप्ट यहाँ मुख्यमंत्री के तौर पे हमारे नरेंद्र भाई ने उस समय चालू किया था, आज पूरे देश में ये सॉइल हेल्थ का प्रोग्राम चल रहा है और हर 2 साल में उनकी सॉइल टेस्टिंग का कार्यक्रम चलेगा। एक बहुत बड़ा कार्यक्रम है। इनके चलते किसानों को पता लगता है कि अपनी ज़मीन में क्या कमियां हैं और क्या क्रॉप इनको करने चाहिए। तो ये सच्ची जानकारी मिलने से भी किसान इसमें खूब इसके बहुत ही अच्छे इनके फल इनको मिल रहे हैं।
हाउ सक्सेसफुल वाज दिस इरिगेशन दैट रूपाला जी टॉक्ड अबाउट, and how successful was the break in technology in transforming agriculture in Gujarat in that period between 2000 and 2013, Mr. Shah?
My personal reading is that the promise of Sardar Sarovar still lies in the future. Whereas we have a lot of water, I don't think we still have been able to deliver that water to the farmers in many parts of the state. So until now, the agricultural rally that we have seen is entirely because of the small, very strategic investments that we've made in community level groundwater recharge.
200,000 tons of fish are being exported from Gujarat, of course, because of its 1,600 kilometers of coastline. But I mean, that's an extraordinary story for a state which is largely vegetarian.
You know, we are one of the major producers of fish. Animal husbandry is the big success story of Gujarat.
Right.
In agriculture, non-grains, cotton particularly, growing much faster than grains, and grains, high quality grains. Then, as you say, milk products, fish, animal husbandry, those have been the great success stories. That is largely traditional.
In 1970s, Operation Flood began, but somehow the transformation in milk was a much later phenomena. What actually triggered this and is now being copied by all the Bimaru states all over?
If you look at the last 15 years, India is growing at the rate of 4.5% per year in terms of milk production. And farmers will adopt scientific breeding practices and boost up the milk production. So the unions own the milk processing plants, and the milk is collected through the societies from these milk producers, large number of milk. You know, in Gujarat, out of about 35 lakh milk animal owning households, 90% or so are covered under the cooperative.
The last rankings of the World Bank, 2 states, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, jointly topped the ease of doing business rankings, and Gujarat slipped to a 3rd. And Sir had a very interesting explanation to that. So, Sir, would you like to share that?
In case of Gujarat, 4 questions were not applicable. So, out of the 330 we got yes, was divided by 336 to arrive at 98.21%. In case of Andhra Pradesh, a staggering 11 were not applicable. So, there 325 yes, which was lower than ours, was divided by 329 to arrive at 98.78%. And in the case of Telangana, again 12 were not applicable. So there 324 yes were divided by 328 to arrive at 98.78%. Now, is it possible, I don't have the answer, that in many questions in which they were actually no, were somehow maneuvered to be not applicable? I don't know.
Okay,
I don't have the
we'll
answer.
get Mr. Bagla in here. Mr. Bagla, long explanation here. And Invest India is a joint venture between DIPP, Ministry of Commerce, state government, and FICCI. So, sir.
What we do is, so when there's a large investor, let's say over $1 billion, we bring them into India. By the time we would have decided with them which are the 5-6 states they're looking at, we invite the state governments into Delhi, give them 2 hours each to make their presentation, and let the investor decide which state they want to go into. We just had one of these $1 billion plus investments come in, 4 states. Let me just share with you what they said and what were the comments on Gujarat. Best content in the presentation. 2, they answered all the investor queries in detail. And 3, the most passionate team of the government, which made that presentation.
Things have improved substantially. The numbers are irrelevant. It's more like a comparison between few states. It doesn't have to be 1 or number 3. It really doesn't make a difference. It's more on a longer term basis. Local politicians, Mabladdars, goes back to the policy on investment as well as acquisition. So complete end-to-end business, ease of doing business in Gujarat definitely is one of the top 4, top 5, but you can't say it's 1 or 3rd.
गुजरात एजुकेशन सेक्टर में, हेल्थ सेक्टर में और भी जो सोशल सेक्टर्स में इतना अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस नहीं कर पा रहा है, तो ऐसा क्यों?
8वें से 9वीं कक्षा में बच्चे जाते हैं तो खास करके महिलाएं अभ्यास छोड़ देती है. Not only in standard 10th, 11th, 12th, but also in the colleges also.
I see. Also for women.
Yeah, we welcome the students. In 9th, we celebrate this Pravesh Mahotsav in Gujarat. कि जो बच्चा पहली कक्षा में दाखिल हुआ है, ये कम से कम 12 नहीं, वो जमाना चला गया, वो ग्रेजुएट होना ही चाहिए. और इस तरह हम मेहनत करते हैं.
ABC ranking, achievements of babies and children, Gujarat is 9th. Multidimensional poverty index, Sabina Alkire of Oxford University, Gujarat again stands 9th. Composite development index developed by former RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan Committee, again Gujarat stands 9th. Why is it that Gujarat is, as I pointed out, in the middle when it comes to all these indicators of social development?
Overall, and recently we have come up with a health policy where we are equating health to industries. The similar type of incentive we are giving to the industries, we have declared that we'll be giving to the health. So for primary care, diagnostic care, and the tertiary sector care, we'll give them the same type of incentives as we are going to give to the industry.
We have lot of Ayurvedic, homeopathic doctors who can be trained to provide primary care, and they will be willing to go to rural areas. So we have to also think in that direction.
The boys or girls who are not getting engaged into and not interested into studies for reasons, they have to be coached. That is what tuitions have come in.
Any specific industries or sectors that you see as the future growth drivers of Gujarat?
Yes. Gujarat has been doing very well in terms of chemicals, pharmaceuticals, but for us now we are laying a lot of emphasis on auto industry, aerospace and defense industry, startups, innovation. These are the areas where we are looking at a lot of investment.
What is it that you think, distinguishes Gujarat from other states when it comes to giving its industry the right ecosystem to flourish?
Whole environment and the ecosystem is much different than what you find anywhere in India. So today, if you want to go and approach a minister or a secretary and discuss with anything, there is no hesitation on either side. What we hear on the national politics, we never hear in Gujarat. It is always a kind of a collaborative thinking between the government and the people of Gujarat to develop the state. And people believe that if the state will develop, then their development will happen.
On the sunrise industries, I think one of the areas which is technology, where actually Gujarat has led behind. For example, the IT revolution when it came, it is now worth 10 lakh crores, $150 billion. Gujarat has a share of 3,000 crores. In addition to that, if you look at a few other areas which I feel are very good, is in the area of water and water management. I think this is a huge sunrise industry. Lots of technologies are available, lots of agricultural technologies are available. And I think we really need to look at both in terms of the industry itself and policies that would actually assist. On water particularly, I would like to make one point. In Gujarat, 93% of our water goes for agriculture. Between 4 and 5% of the total water gets utilized for industries.
You think that doing a business and being an entrepreneur is the same thing? Please tell us about your journey, every one of you.
It's basically trying to build long-term value for all stakeholders. And maybe that is a difference as an entrepreneur, that unless if I look at all my stakeholders and create value, then maybe that's the difference between Dhanda and entrepreneurship.
For me, businessman is a boss, or a business is a boss, and entrepreneur is a leader. Leader is a person who leads from the front. Boss always sits on top and orders, while entrepreneur also works from the front.
And you chose Gujarat to start your business. I mean, why is that? I mean,
what I realize is that, anytime both capital and people, they always look for higher quality of living. Okay? So if you look at the likes of IIMs, there is a reason why IIM Ahmedabad is one of the finest institutes. And for ages, all across the country, students will come to IIM because they provide a better quality of maybe education. That is what is inspiring or important for people at some point.
क्या आपको लगता है कि कभी अपोजिशन और रूलिंग पार्टी एक ही एजेंडा पे आके काम कर पाएगी, खास करके स्टेट लाइक गुजरात में?
जब नरेंद्र भाई मोदी यहाँ से मुख्यमंत्री थे, तब नर्मदा के बारे में कोई भी डेवलपमेंट होता तो अपने प्रवचन के अंदर सबसे पहले बोलते, अगर इसकी कोई क्रेडिट देनी है तो आज तक मेरे पहले के जितने चीफ मिनिस्टर थे उन सभी को ये मैं मेरी क्रेडिट देता हूँ, ये मेरी अकेले की क्रेडिट नहीं है। तो जब पावर में बैठते हैं तो जिसके अंदर सोशल हमारा ऑब्लिगेशन है, जिसके अंदर हमारा स्टेट आगे बढ़े, उसके अंदर हम कांग्रेस से विनती करते हैं और उनका ये रोल होना चाहिए, ऐसी मेरी अपेक्षा है।
ऐसा लग रहा है कि नर्मदा का एक अकेला ऐसा मुद्दा है कि जिसमें बीजेपी और कांग्रेस दोनों एक साथ मिलके एक ही पॉइंट पर साथ में थे, लेकिन बाकी कोई भी मुद्दा ऐसा नहीं है कि जिसमें एक दूसरे के साथ वो नहीं है।
हमारे यहाँ गुजरात में हाउस में जो परंपरा है उसे बिना विरोधे पास करो, दैट वी डू इट विदाउट एनी ऑपोजिशन। कुछ चीजें जो जनता के हित में है, हमारी लड़ाई उस हद तक न जाए कि जहां जनता को नुकसान हो, इसकी कोशिश हमने जरूर की है।
जैसे कश्मीर की बात आपने उठाई थी, तो मुझे ये सवाल काफी सालों से रहता है कि कश्मीर में क्यों वैसा हो कि बीजेपी और पीडीपी का गठबंधन हो, दो राष्ट्रवादी पार्टी वहां पे है, बीजेपी और कांग्रेस, अगर वो ही गठबंधन कर ले तो ये मसला ही खत्म हो जाएगा।
ऐसा क्यों होता है कि अपोजिशन और सरकार के बीच में बातचीत ही नहीं है? तो उस पर वो जवाब दे रहे थे और कह रहे थे कि पूरा मौका मिलता है लेकिन इनका बिहेवियर ही ठीक नहीं है। आप सहमत है इससे?
ओपोज पार्टी की बात हम माने ना माने, इट्स ओके, लेकिन उन्हें बात करने का अधिकार बिल्कुल देना चाहिए।
परेश भाई, आप किस तरह की गुजराती फिल्म देखना पसंद करेंगे?
आई थिंक गुजरात को रिप्रेजेंट करती है तो अच्छा है, अगर नहीं भी करती है, लेकिन अगर कहानी अच्छी है, सोशल मैसेज होना ज़रूरी नहीं है, प्रीची होना ज़रूरी नहीं है, इट हैज़ टू बी इंटरेस्टिंग और लगे कि ये गुजराती फिल्म नहीं है, ऐसी फिल्म देखना मैं पसंद करूँगा।
पिछले 36 साल में आपका कहना है भवनी भवाई के बाद एक भी नेशनल इंटरनेशनल अवार्ड कोई भी गुजराती फिल्म को नहीं मिला।
That in the last 30-40 years, what happened in Gujarat was that culture got devalued. That there was a desertification of culture that happened in our desperate pursuit of development, economic development.
When it comes to good cinema, good films coming out, one is filmmakers, which I believe were there, are there, and always will be there. Second layer is the audiences, which need to have the motivation to go and watch their own language film on one hand, and accept and enjoy different genres on the other. And third is the element of support, which the government is involved with it.
लोग पैसा कमाने की बात सोचते हैं, आप ऐसे बिजनेस में क्यों आए जहाँ पैसा खोने का ज़्यादा चांस है?
मैं नहीं मानता हूँ कि गुजराती फिल्में बना के हम पैसा नहीं बनाने वाले, क्योंकि मैं 3 फिल्म बना चुका हूँ, चौथी बना रहा हूँ, तो इट डजंट मीन दैट आई एम ओनली लूजिंग मनी. इसको भी बिजनेस मॉडल की तरह अगर ट्रीट किया जाए, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द क्रिएटिव पीपल, बट इफ अ बिजनेस पर्सन ट्रीट्स इट लाइक अ बिजनेस मॉडल, अगर एक लॉन्ग टर्म प्लान रखेगा, तो आई एम श्योर each step will take the cinema also ahead, his own cinema and the industry.
Good evening, everyone. Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Vijay Rupani ji, it is a great pleasure to welcome you to the first State of the State conclave and report on Gujarat being organized by the India Today magazine. It's a historic day. It's the first State of the State conclave that we are doing, and we are so happy that you are presiding over it, and also to agreeing to give away the awards to the best performing districts. May the best districts win, and delivering the keynote address. With that, may I now request you to deliver the keynote address. Thank you very much, sir.
गुजरात की स्थिति की चिंता करें तो हमारे यहाँ नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज बहुत कम है, और जिसके आधार पर इकोनॉमिकल ग्रोथ, ये जो स्टेट में होने की गुंजाइश और पोटेंशियलिटी जो है, तो गुजरात में हमारे लिए मेजर मिनरल्स भी कम है, और पूरी देश की रोजगारी जितनी पैदा होती है उसमें 83% ओनली गुजरात, यानी कि 17% में पूरा देश 17 में, और 83% में गुजरात. और गुजरात में रोजगारी सबसे ज्यादा हम यहाँ कर रहे हैं, और ये सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का फिगर्स है. यूपीए सरकार ने भी जो उस वक्त थी, यानी कि 3 साल पहले, तो उन्होंने भी नंबर 1 गुजरात को दिया है. चलो जलाए दीप जहां, वहां जहां अभी भी अंधेरा है, तो जो कुछ बाकी है वो भी पूरा करने की हम कोशिश करेंगे. आपने मुझे बोलने का मौका दिया, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. भारत माता की जय. जय जय गरवी गुजरात.